The sword lay in silence for centuries, forged of a metal that glowed faintly even in darkness. Its black hilt was etched with runes that no scholar could translate. It stood buried in a block of stone within the temple of Arkyle, the heart of the alien world of Zarit. Every warrior of the Zarithian clans dreamed of claiming it. They were a race of towering, four-armed reptilian beings, bred for war, whose strength could crush steel. Yet none, not the strongest champion, not the most cunning king, had ever managed to lift it. The prophecy said, "The one who raises Arkyle's blade shall unite the stars." For generations, they waited for their savior. One, the outsider. When humans first entered Zarithian space, they were regarded with curiosity, sometimes scorn. Humans were smaller, softer, weaker-looking compared to the massive Zarithians. Among the diplomatic envoy was Daniel Reeve, a ship maintenance worker. Not a soldier, not a diplomat, just a guy who fixed air scrubbers and cleaned up after the ambassadors. He had no special titles, no heroic reputation, and yet destiny has a way of choosing the unlikely. During a cultural exchange, Daniel accompanied his team to the temple of Arkyle. The great hall echoed with a low hum of chanting priests as they presented the sword. High Priestess Kayla addressed the humans with solemn pride. "Behold the blade of Arkyle. For 1,000 years, our strongest have tried to claim it. None have been chosen." To prove a point, a young warrior stepped forward, muscles rippling, all four hands gripping the hilt. He strained until the ground cracked beneath him. The sword did not move. Another warrior tried, then another. The result was always the same: failure. Daniel, standing at the back with his mop still in hand, muttered under his breath, "Looks like Zarata's version of King Arthur." The aliens turned, puzzled. The translator struggled with the reference. And then Daniel, half-joking, asked, "Mind if I give it a shot?" "Two," the touch. Laughter erupted through the chamber. "You," one warrior bellowed, "you lack the arms of strength." "He is a janitor," another sneered. "He cleans floors, not claims destinies." But the high priestess silenced them with a raised hand. "Let him try. The prophecy does not name the form of the chosen." Daniel sighed, set his mop against the wall, and stepped forward. The moment his fingers brushed the hilt, the runes flared with light. A vibration coursed through the temple floor, through the bones of every witness. Gasps echoed. Warriors staggered back. Daniel gripped the hilt with both hands, and the sword slid free as if it had been waiting for him all along. The light blazed so bright it painted every scale, every wall. The runes spiraled up his arms like molten fire, branding him with marks that pulsed in rhythm with his heartbeat. He held the blade high. "Well," he said, eyes wide, "that was easier than expected." Free! The backlash. Chaos broke out instantly. "This cannot be. He is not one of us. The prophecy is corrupted." Dozens of warriors shouted, some reaching for their weapons. To them, this was not destiny, it was humiliation. A fragile Oathwolder had succeeded where their greatest had failed. But the high priestess raised her staff, her voice cutting through the uproar. "The blade has chosen. Deny him, and you deny Arkyle itself." Daniel wanted to put the sword back, to walk away, but the weapon pulsed in his hand, whispering a strange sense of purpose. Not words, just certainty. Lead them, unite them, protect them. 4. The Arena of Fire. The Council of Clans convened. Many refused to accept the human as chosen. They demanded proof. Thus Daniel was thrown into the Arena of Fire, a trial where champions faced beasts bred to kill. He protested furiously. "I'm not a warrior. I fix engines. I don't fight monsters." The high priestess only said, "Trust the blade. It did not choose you by accident." The next day, tens of thousands gathered in the stadium. The gates opened with a thunderous groan and outstormed a creature the size of a shuttle. 6 legs, plated hide, molten breath spilling from its jaws. Daniel froze. Every instinct screamed to run. But when the beast charged, the sword in his hands guided him. His body moved faster than thought, the blade carving arcs of light that sliced through armored flesh. Within moments, the beast fell, collapsing in a heap of smoke and fire. Silence gripped the arena. Then a roar erupted, not of outrage, but awe. The janitor had prevailed. 5. The new bearer. From that day, Daniel was no longer dismissed as the cleaner. He became the bearer of Arkhal's blade. But unlike the Zerithians, Daniel sought no throne, no title. Where their leaders demanded obedience, he asked for cooperation. Where their warriors gloried in conquest, he spoke of unity. He repaired machines alongside soldiers, ate with workers, listened to the smallest voices. It was humility, not strength, that made others follow him. Slowly, ancient rivalries among the clans began to soften. For the first time in memory, they had a leader not born from bloodlines or brute force, but chosen by something greater. 6. The greater threat. But destiny was not finished. From deep space came the Vaith Dominion, a machine empire thought long extinct. Their fleets darkened the skies of Zorit, their weapons tearing through cities. The clans, divided for centuries, would have fallen, but now they had a bearer of the blade. Daniel stood before the War Council. I don't care about your rivalries. I don't care who insulted who 100 years ago. If we don't fight together, we die alone. And against all odds, the clans agreed. 7. The Battle of Xylaris. The final confrontation came above the twin sons of Xylaris. Zerithian fleets, united under one banner, clashed with the Dominion. Daniel stood at the forefront, the blade interfacing with their technology, amplifying shields and carving through enemy hulls like a beacon of living fire. The Dominion's flagship descended, a mechanical titan bristling with cannons. Its assault shattered lines and sowed panic. Warriors faltered. Daniel leapt into the breach, voice carrying across comms. You're not fighting for me, you're fighting for each other. Stand together. The sword blazed, brighter than the twin suns. Inspired, the Zerithians rallied. Side by side, they struck as one, and together they destroyed the Dominion's fleet. 8. Legacy. When the war ended, the aliens sang of a human champion. They carved his likeness in stone temples, inscribed his name into their chronicles. Yet Daniel never sought glory. He returned to repairing ships, still carrying his mop alongside the legendary blade. When asked how he had done it, he always shrugged. Guess sometimes the universe doesn't need the strongest, just the one willing to try. And across the stars, his story endured, the janitor who became a legend, the human who lifted the sword when no alien could.